here. Do you see him? The hermit? This guy is a mad aggro crab. We call it trigger food. Here, hold it out in your hand. There we go. We don't want these guys in their act. How can you tell? They usually they have blue eyes. For one, most of them have blue eyes, and usually hairy and not very pretty. Yes. Good one. Oh, what was the good one?
I can see. Isn't that good lighting?
These guys you can leave in your acro later. These guys are not bad at all.
You can see them, but yeah.
I don't want to take them out because that's his little home. Okay.
Okay. We're going to move on using the bandsaw. If you guys haven't seen it in action or have ever used it, it definitely makes it a lot easier for a lot of clean cuts, especially if you're fragging like A-cans or chalices. The biggest thing is you definitely with A-cans, since they slime up a lot, you definitely want to clean, like have a clean surface. Want to use we always iodine dip before and after. It seems you get a lot less dead loss, or the flesh die off or receding. Yeah, we've been having we have iodine already in here a little bit. It's just like 2 drops. In here it's about to a gallon. It doesn't take much. They started this already. Yeah, it's plugged in. For this one, it's a wet bandsaw. It's an Inland BB100. Typical, what everybody most uses. Pretty much the frag A-cans or chalices or pretty much just about anything. A lot of people use Dremels as well. This just makes it a lot easier and quicker. And one thing, we definitely always wear gloves. As you can see that I already have the siphon going. When you're using the saw, you definitely want to keep it wet. We run salt water in it, and that's just my personal preference. Some people use RO. We just rinse it really well after, make sure nothing gets rusted inside. And well, the coral will be fine for quite some time outside the water. No, typically 10-15 minutes would be okay, but you try to do it minimal. And then also I had a couple drops of iodine in here when I cut. Alright, so okay. And you always try to cut in between the polyps. There's less healing that needs to be done. If you guys are still here within like 20 minutes, most of the time these guys are open right away. You'll see, I don't know if you can see it up there, but and you let the saw do the cutting. You really just guide it, and it'll kind of pull it through. And we end up just one frag like that easy. A lot of you guys are fragging a little bit smaller pieces. With A-cans it's pretty easy because they all close up, and you can see the skeleton. And you can even do one call-up. And then and I like to set, like all the frags that'll be blooming, I like to set it first. And yeah, you just barely tap it in the glue, and then you put it back in the water. Again, we have a dip going in here, with a couple drops of iodine, and it'll be ready to go by the time I'm done here to go back in the tank.
How long can they stay out of the water?
About 10-15 minutes, but again, we try to do it as quickly as possible. Just a little bit less stress on the coral. I've seen them go fine for hours, but it's always safe to do it for, you know, the shortest time. A couple minutes, 5 minutes if you can do it.
Less stress, the better. What kind of glue are you using?
Using the Ocean Wonders Reef Glue. It's pretty much my favorite glue. I like the BSI and the Ocean Wonders glue. All the other ones, it's just, it seems a little bit thinner to me. And this stuff, I've been able to do 2 to 250 frags of like SPS corals. You know, I'll be able to do maybe, you know, 100 to 80 like bigger frags off of just one thing of the Ocean Wonders glue. So. And sometimes, like you notice that it's not flat on the bottom. Personal preference, sometimes you know, you cut the bottom flat, but if it's too shallow, you might damage the coral. You just squirt a little bit of glue on the underside, and I'll just hold it in there. And you just dip it back in water, and it cures, you know, within a couple minutes.